Democrat mayor of New York, Eric Adams, finds himself under indictment. Federal charges of conspiracy, fraud, and wiretapping. What does all this really mean?
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty, and this is the Afternoon Drive. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That will give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Hey, please like and share this channel. That's the only way that we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Afternoon Drive. For almost a year, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, there have been these drips and leaks coming out of his administration. He has had his cell phone and electronic devices seized by the FBI. There are high-level officials within his administration who have either resigned or they themselves are coming under indictment. Now, is this just typical big city criminal behavior by elected officials? Or is there something else going on? About 24 hours before Eric Adams actually received the charges and what they were, he addressed the people of New York.
I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Despite our pleas, when the federal government did nothing as its broken immigration policies overloaded our shelter system with no relief, I put the people of New York before party and politics.
Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani responded by saying that he is a target of the Biden DOJ, which has weaponized itself against anyone that opposes, well, we would say Joe Biden, but apparently that's now Kamala Harris, the Democrats, the ruling oligarch. Now, I have no doubt there's some level of truth to that. I also have this sneaking suspicion that Mayor Adams, there's probably some criminality and guilt there. He held a press conference today and he was flanked by several members of the clergy, and I am a member of the clergy. I am a pastor. But I have to tell you, based on observation, when I see preachers get in trouble and they rally other preachers, a lot of times, sadly, you find out that preacher was actually guilty of what he was being charged with. And when I see other people, flanking themselves in religion, there's this immediate reaction I have like, Lord, are they hiding behind you, hoping that somehow you'll just get them out of this, when in reality, it's true? That is my natural go-to instinct, and I think it is with a lot of people. Again, I don't claim to have any inside baseball information on what's going on with Mayor Adams. I know that he ran as a progressive. I know that he had declared New York City a sanctuary city. Joe Biden took him up on that and just started flooding New York with migrants. And we certainly know, and it's well documented via the news, the problems that New York City is having as a result of this influx of undocumented, unregistered people. They have emptied hotels and put them in there. They have trashed the hotels, and the city is on the hook for not just the rental of those hotels, but all of the property damage, et cetera, et cetera. Adams gave them all debit cards with like $1,000 on to go out and, buy groceries and necessities. Of course, they've gone out and done all kinds of other things with them. The crime is out of control. They're going in stores, they're shoplifting, they're committing armed robbery, they're taking claw hammers and killing people on the streets. They have shoved people off of platforms at the New York City subway. They have even murdered police officers sitting in their cars on break, having lunch, etc. The average New Yorker will tell you it is out of control. It is a nightmare scenario. As a result, Eric Adams said to the Biden administration, whoa, hey, time out. First of all, we can't handle all these people. We don't have any place to put them, and we don't have the resources to deal with it. And then he really took a hardline stance against Joe Biden and Kamala Harris regarding immigration. Now, under Ronald Reagan in the Republican ranks back in the 1980s, there was this golden rule: do no harm to a fellow Republican. Never speak ill of a fellow Republican. And I'm sure Reagan got that from his observations of the Democrat Party. You know what happens when a Democrat finds himself in trouble? They circle the wagons. Well, Mayor Adams did the unthinkable. Joe Biden was in the political fight for his life for re-election against Donald Trump, and immigration was the number one issue at the time that was absolutely tanking the Biden administration. Eventually, it would be immigration and the economy. The economy is now number one, immigration is number two, but those are still the two top issues that the American voters, by and large, have said are the things that are keeping them up at night. And instead of circling the wagons and, standing strong with Joe, Eric came out and said, we've got to close the border. He was in defiance of Joe Biden's policy. Did Joe Biden weaponize the DOJ to go after him? Well, some would say, but these are actual crimes and things that he did. Okay. Let's not be naive now. Let's not pretend that we still believe in unicorns and Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. Let's have a little political reality here. We know that in big politics, there is corruption, that somehow politicians manage to get their hands on money that was intended for campaigns, and somehow it ends up benefiting them personally, not hiring staff or paying for lawn signs or banners, vote for me, but, it ends up paying for vacations and kids' tuition and boats and living a life. Eric Adams' crimes, so-called, we'll call them alleged for now, were they known to the Democrats? And as long as he towed the party line, they would stay covered. But because he dared to speak up against Joe, against the party, they've thrown him to the wolves. Jean-Pierre Van Damme, the black Shirley Temple who masquerades as the president's press secretary, was asked this very question. Hey, this sounds an awful lot like what Donald Trump says, that, Joe Biden has weaponized the DOJ. And Jean-Pierre said, no, the DOJ acts separately and independently of the president. Yeah. Biden may not have ordered the DOJ to go after Eric, but did Biden and his Democrat henchmen provide the DOJ with the evidence they needed to go after the mayor? Is this a signal to other Democrat mayors and other Democrat power players? Stay in line or we're coming for you. I mean, after what happened to not Weinstein. So Weinstein, I'm getting it confused. The movie mogul with the pedophile island. Got to be wondering what's going through P. Diddy's mind right now, because he's certainly partied with a lot of the quote unquote right people, including Kamala. There's pictures of her with Kamala. Got to be wondering, hey, he got canceled by suicide. Well, I get canceled by suicide. It came after Donald Trump for daring to come against the oligarch. And now Eric Adams is finding out, even though he's got a D by his name, if you don't toe the party line, they're coming for you. Boom. Is that what's happening here? Sure does look that way, doesn't it?